Here from the Dani Craven Stadium in Stellenbosch. Home side returning here for the first time since August when they played against TS Galaxy in the opening game of the season. The MTN 8 match was won by Stellenbosch, but harsh criticism for the standard of the field. And as a result, this stadium has been closed for use at the top flight of domestic football. Instead, Stellenbosch have become something of a nomadic side, playing in Durban, home matches, Loftus Versfeld recently in the African Confederation Cup, and of course in Cape Town at the Cape Town Stadium and Athlone. Tonight, back though in Stellenbosch, up against Kruger United in the first round of the Nedbank Cup. It's a top flight side up against the team from the Motsepe Foundation Championship. Kruger United, their first season in the second tier of South African football, having won the ABC Motsepe League last season. And arguably the biggest match for the visiting side from Bushbuck Ridge, yet to take on top flight opposition in official fixture. Tonight is their chance to test themselves up against a Stellenbosch side who've done well in cup competition, winners last season of the Carling Knockout, MTN 8 runners-up in this campaign, and looking, of course, to progress as far as they can in the Nedbank Cup. That's the one final they have yet to compete in. They're the two teams out on the pitch. As you can see, it's a little bit of a bumpy playing surface, but has been past fit for use tonight. Stellenbosch's next home game, however, against Kaizer Chiefs, will be played at the Athlone Stadium in Cape Town next Friday night. That's more for security reasons than because of the condition of the playing surface that we see here today. Right, let's introduce you then to tonight's lineup. Steve Barker has decided to rest a couple of his regulars, Andre de Jong, Sihle Nduli, Fawaz Basadin and Devon Titus, who scored 2 against AmaZulu in Durban on Thursday, are all on the bench for today's match. Ishmael Ture is back after a knee injury. He returns having missed the last 2 games, but it's an opportunity for many of the fringe players and a home debut for Tato Kiba, who will be playing in the midfield today. Kruger United, well, they've got some familiar names if you've been following the DStv Premiership and the Betway Premiership over the years. Letlonolo Nonyane is a former winner of the Nedbank Cup when he played for TTM. George Maluleka, of course, played at Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs. He went to 2 Nedbank Cup finals in his career, was on the losing side in both of those matches. 36-year-old now is Maluleka. There's plenty of experience in this Kruger United team. Goalkeeper Dlamini, another who has competed in the top flight, former Mamelodi Sundowns reserve, who takes over from Ndlela in the goal for today's encounter. Match officials today are being led by Michael Mosimeng, Modisa Moretsi and Happy Nhlanhla are our 2 assistants. Christopher Kistor from Cape Town in the tracksuit top there is 4th official Mornay Daniels from Stellenbosch, our match commissioner for tonight's encounter. Remember, extra time and penalties if necessary. One of 3 matches on the Nedbank Cup menu this evening. We've got AmaZulu against Mighty Eagles in Durban and Magesi against Supersport United in Polokwane. That's live, of course, on your World of Champions. And AmaZulu, having just suffered a 5-0 loss at the hands of Stellenbosch, who are looking for some redemption in that game. Stellenbosch looking to pick up where they left off in Umlazi on Thursday night. It really was a top-class performance by the Stellenbosch side. Fresh, of course, from playing in African club competition. It's now 3 different tournaments in their last 3 games. Sunday last week they were in the African Confederation Cup, and then on Thursday playing in the Betway Premiership against AmaZulu, moving up to 7th place on the log table. Now they begin their Nedbank Cup campaign. So it'll be Kruger United in the yellow colours with the blue trim will get us underway. They'll be attacking the goal to the right-hand side. Stellenbosch in their traditional maroon strip. Last check from the linesman before we can get matters underway, and George Maluleka will start things off here. One of 26 new signings that Kruger United made at the start of the season after winning promotion. They certainly have every intention of staying up in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, indeed working their way forward and upwards towards the Betway Premiership in the future. Nonyane with a touch as well at 34, also amongst the more experienced players. Had a stellar career at the likes of Golden Arrows and Witbank Black Aces. And everybody just getting a little bit of an early touch at the back there. And Glela, a little bit of pressure on from Ashley Cupido. It's a big night for him. The Stellenbosch striker was not amongst the goals against Amazulu in the last match. Had a couple of opportunities which he didn't convert, and not so sure of a regular first team place. So this is a fine forum for him to maybe find his goal scoring boots. Carl Jurgens beaten in the challenge. Malope for Kruger United. Ball out of play, and we'll have a Stellenbosch throw-in on the far side. Stellenbosch back in league action this coming Saturday when they host Sekhukhune United. And then the Kaizer Chiefs match next weekend. This is an excellent early chance for Kruger United. Lovely little build-up. And in the end, Nkaba comes to provide the cover and Sage Stevens to collect. But serving a little bit of early notice. Now, Pili down the left. Testing Ndlela. Can he get it to the byline? That'll be the first corner of this game. Kruger United with an opportunity at the other end. A nice little build-up, 1-2 passes, and almost finding the back of the net. And this is the opportunity for Pili, which was in the end easily blocked by Malachi. So he has the first corner of the game. Jurgens tries to turn it. Not the most convincing of clearances. Keeper on home debut with the first corner and a touch there that's out of play. Kruger United come into this game having lost their last match in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, beaten 3-1 by Pretoria Callies. They find themselves in 7th place in the standings in the second tier. Total of 23 points is only 8 away from the top of the table and automatic promotion. They'll still have ambitions of working their way up. Nonyane with the ball forward, looking for Malope. And that's hit perhaps a little too hard by Anyati. Jabbar is going to leave that throw in at the back for his fellow Nigerian, Inyanaya. New right back signed from Rivers United, has had a handful of appearances for Stellenbosch. Another player who needs a good convincing performance this evening. Now Kiba does well, finds Jabbar. Bit of space here for Jurgens. He's playing in the midfield today as well, normally operating at right back. Foul on Mdaka, but the referee quite rightly playing advantage. Pili now will look to tease the defence again. Just holds off the attentions of Malachi. Nkaba back to Stevens. Well, Stellenbosch did play against opposition from the second tier in the first round of this competition last season, and Pretoria Callies took them to extra time and penalties. Stellenbosch advancing, but not with much conviction in the first round last year. They'll look for a bit more of an emphatic performance here tonight. Nino Palace, Jabbar, and now a bit of space here for Ndaka. Cross takes a little bit of a deflection. Jabbar gets there first. Palace. This is Pili again to try and take on the defence. The turn from Jabbar. Nice bit of defending from Inyati. Just got a boot in there to thwart the opportunity for Ibrahim Jabbar.
Well done, eh? Well done. Ashley!
Came on as a sub late against Amazulu in the last game, did Janino Palace, but getting an opportunity in the starting lineup in tonight's encounter. Now Nonyane is under a bit of pressure. In the end, the last touch off Jabbar, so it's going to be a goal kick, and Kruger United can breathe a sigh of relief. 5 minutes gone already in this Nedbank Cup tie. An endeavour, of course, to keep you updated with what's happening in the other two matches. Magesi against Supersport United, and the game between Amazulu and the amateurs Mighty Eagles. And Ndluli. Now Ndlela under a bit of pressure from Cupido, forces the error. Just feeling the pressure there, Ndlela. His coach not particularly happy with that clearance, but Stellenbosch capable of forcing these errors from their opponents with the press. Pili will settle for the corner, comes off Malachi. Oh, nothing's been given. It's a goal kick. That seems a fairly strange decision. Before their defeat at the hands of Pretoria Callies in their last game, Kruger United were going along very nicely, including away wins at Uppington City and Orbit College in this competition. Clubs in the Motsepe Foundation Championship having to play one preliminary round amongst each other. The 16 teams divided into 8 ties, and the winners of those 8 ties all progressing into the first round. So Kruger United are playing in the Nedbank Cup first round for the very first time. One of 5 clubs in the 32-team field in this year's first round who've never been at this stage of the competition before. Now Mdaka. Little hesitation there. Malachi will get it inside to Maluleka. Sees off the challenge of Kiba. Now Malope. Ndlela at the back. We've got Maposa out on that left-hand side of defence. 34-year-old defender who has played several times at this stage of the competition when he was still in the colours of Bombela United. A little bit of a breather for everyone concerned as Kruger United make their way over to take the throw-in. Malachi with that responsibility. It's the first season for Malachi in the second tier in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. Goal kick here in favour of Stellenbosch. So there's a call there from Kruger United, feeling that they should have got that Ndlovu up front. But it goes Stellenbosch's way. Perhaps the referee making up for that earlier decision which he gave in favour of Kruger United at the other end of the pitch. Last season, Stellenbosch making it as far as the quarters of the competition, where Mamelodi Sundowns knocked them out. Did beat Supersport United 4-0. Got a good win over Milford as well. Oh, almost snuck in there was Cupido. In fact, correction, Stellenbosch were in the semi-finals last season, as they were the season before. That's correct. They lost on penalties, denied a place in the 2023 final. Heartbreaking setback for them there, as Sekhukhune United went into the final instead, and then hosted the semi against Mamelodi Sundowns last season, losing by 2-1, having beaten Supersport United 4-0 in the quarter-final, and Milford 6-1 away in Durban in the second round. Milford had knocked Kaiser Chiefs out in the round before that. Here comes Pili now. Malachi looking to match him for pace, but he drags it back here for Jabbar, and that should really have been an effort on target. Excellent work from Pili, and an opportunity squandered by Jabbar, who did score against Amazulu on Thursday. Well, thumbs up for the pass from Jabbar, but no thumbs up for him, I think, for that effort. Here's Nyati. Key man in the midfield, Nyati, former Polokwane City player. He was also on the books of Stellenbosch at one stage when they were down in the Motsepe Foundation Championship back in the 2016-17 season. Played a handful of games at Platinum Stars and Free State Stars in the top flight. The Nigerian Ininyana on that right-hand side, wearing number 16. Ishmael Ture and Mkaba are the two centre-backs today for Stellenbosch, and Mdaka in place of Basadin on the left-hand side. Dlamini in goal for the visitors. Last season, the backup at Cape Town Spurs. He had 4 games in the top flight last season with Spurs, previously on the books of Chippa United and Baroka, and of course Mamelodi Sundowns was his formative club. Malachi down the line. Decision going against Ndlovu up front, who looks a picture of frustration in this encounter. Right, Ndlovu, former Jomo Cosmos player, single goal so far in the Motsepe Foundation's championship this season, scored against Leruma United away from home in November. Stevens with the free kick. Clearing header from Ndlela. Ndlela alongside Nyonyana in the centre of defence for Kruger United. He's a former Sekokune United player. Last season with Venda FC. There's a lot of experience, particularly in the Motsepe Foundation Championship in the Kruger United ranks, and then a sprinkling of players who've played in the top flight. Jurgens goes for goal. Dlamini lets that go. Little pot shot there from Carl Jurgens, well worth taking given the advantage of the wind here. It is a blustery early evening in Stellenbosch. It has been quite windy throughout the Cape Peninsula over the last 24 hours or so, but no real impact on this game so far. Now Jurgens with Ture. Mkaba providing cover. This is a little bit of a press now on Stevens, and he just bangs it forward here. Header from Malachi straight into touch. Cupido. Ndaka gets the foul committed by Ndluli.
Yeah, let's get it in. Do that. Come on. Do that. In.
This is the first outing, by the way, for Ndluli.
Omega.
Kiba's going to take it. He took the corner as well. He seems to have been at the club for just a couple of days and already the nominated set-piece taker. He's kept that in play. Now, little ball for Pili. Perhaps wasn't on the same wavelength. I think they were expecting Kiba to try and play it back into the danger zone again. He'll take a while to figure things out with his new teammates. Signed, of course, from TS Galaxy in the last week and had his full debut on Thursday night against Amazulu in the right-back position, where Steve Barker was trying a few things. Now Maposa. That's neatly left in the end by Nyati. And Lela just sizing up some options ahead of him. As George Maluleka, we've seen very little of him in this game so far. Certainly now in the twilight of his career at the age of 36. Spent the early days, of course, down here in the Cape at Ajax Cape Town. Started at Supersport United and then really got going with Ajax. Cupido. Good work from Nyati. This is better stuff now, up to Malope, who comes under immediate pressure from Undaka. Up in the air from Toure. This might be an opportunity now for Kruger United to set up a chance. That was nicely done by Ndlovu, but even better defending from Nkaba. Now Ndlovu puts the pressure on. Good squeeze here from Kruger United, but Stellenbosch get themselves out of trouble. Straight down the line in search of Piri. Cut out by Ndlela. At the feet of Maposa. Down goes Mdluli, and the whistle sounds in his favor. Foul committed by Ibrahim Jabbar. There's the universal signal from any referee that you will see around the world. Wait for my whistle before you get things going. And there's a chance for Kruger United now on the front foot. Good floater towards the back post, looking for Ndlovu. It was a tight angle in the end for the big man. Stellenbosch were very clear about their delight in being back here and being able to play in front of their home fans. Haven't exactly turned out in numbers this evening to welcome the team home. And I'm sure a more illustrious opponent in the coming weeks might see the crowd pick up for next couple of encounters. As we mentioned earlier, Sekhukhune is their next game at home on Saturday. Now, Ture under a little bit of pressure here. This time, Mdluli. But they do well, Stellenbosch. Very cool, calm, and collected to get themselves out of trouble. This is Janino Palace up against Malope. Some of the more ardent Kaizer Chiefs fans might remember he had a couple of games for Amakosi when Steve Compella was still there as coach. Now, Kiba, Jabbar. Jurgens in the middle here. He'll keep it on that right-hand side. He has a good run coming in, but cut out by Maposa. Nicely done with Maposa and Nyati. The confident ball-playing side, Kruger United, certainly impressing with their organisation. And in the end, another foul in favour of Mdluli. And Nyati. He under a bit of pressure in the midfield, forced into the error. Jabbar. Pili, can he get there before Malachi? He can. In a bit of a speed wobble. He was indecisive whether to try and drag it back or to try the first time cross with the left foot. As a result, opportunity goes a-begging there. Now, Malachi. Good early cross in, looking for Ndlovu. Well cut out by Ture. Taba. Putting the defender under a bit of pressure. Clearance from Stevens. Hangs a little bit in the air off the chest of Cupido. Stolen away by Nyati. Maluleka loses out. Now Kiba. Caught late by George Maluleka, but play continues. Nicely done by Jurgens as Mdaka joins the fray. Doesn't get much opportunity, of course, with the prowess of Fawaz Basadin at left back for Stellenbosch, but tonight's a chance again to impress. He has had some opportunities this season and certainly looked the part. Maybe a little fortuitous with the free kick there. Again, combination with Pili needs some working on. United winning that Motsepe Championship title in Uppington at the end of last season. This is a good curling ball in there, a little touch from Cupido. The wind just took it away from the defence. It seemed a little static. Here comes the veteran Nonyane. Good pressure, and here's a chance for the opener, and Pili, oh, he's missed the opportunity. Excellent defending. Laid on by Kiba, who can't believe that chance has gone a-begging. Kruger United must take some credit for some wonderful defending. Initially, a defensive error which handed the opportunity to Stellenbosch. It really was a gift on a platter for the home side, and they were looking at the buffet, put their hands on the table, but before they could bite anything, it was snatched away again. Oh, determined defending, an indication of the fact that Kruger United come here not overawed and hoping to make a bit of a statement. Well, he has the chance again. He just was so unselfish, laid the ball back, but that is just a most wonderful tackle from Malachi. Look at Kiba, unselfish. And then Pili, well, he thought he was in there for all money. And Malachi made a splendid tackle. He's been nice and busy on this right-hand side of defense, pushing forward for Kruger United, one of the few players who hasn't had much experience at this level of football before. But looks the part. Now Jabbar gets the free kick. Always very strong in the tackle is the Nigerian. Was playing in Israel last season on loan with Stellenbosch. Obviously the security situation there meant that he came back at the beginning of this campaign, joining Stellenbosch. It was like getting a new player again, said Steve Barker. Here is a new player, Kiba, signed from Galaxy. They're using all that money they got from Jaden Adams' transfer to Mamelodi Sundowns last week. We can tell you SuperSport United are leading away against Magesi. There have been a series of poor results for SuperSport United of late, but Vincent Pule scoring in 5 minutes there puts them in the lead, and AmaZulu already 2-0 up against the amateurs Mighty Eagles, so they're turning things around after that defeat that they suffered at the hands of Stellenbosch last Thursday. The 5-goal drubbing at home, and Tetwa and Mbanjwa are the goal scorers for AmaZulu. So of the fancy teams tonight, it's only Stellenbosch who've struggling to get things going. Mdaka puts the ball into touch to allow Kruger United to get some treatment. It looks as if Zimu is the player struggling over on the far side. And there's a little bit of an opportunity for the coaches to talk to their players, for some water to be distributed. It is 7:30 at night, so temperatures are not a problem, but this wind as well cooling things, but the light's still nice and bright. So Zimu being taken off. Scorer in the last game that defeated the hands of Pretoria Callies. He's a former Black Leopards player. JDR Stars as well in the past in the top flight. It should be a throw in here for well, there's the signal from Zimu. No chance of continuing. They're going to bring on a change early. That'll disrupt plans a little bit for Coach Mongoya. Real disappointment for Zimu, an opportunity to showcase himself on a good stage. Long ball here. Hit perhaps a little bit too hard by the new Nigerian right back. The win suddenly to his advantage. So let's see what changes are in the offing here for Kruger United. Bringing on one striker for another, starting with two up front in this evening's encounter. Matloko is the man to come on. Tapelo Matloko, 4 goals in the Motsepe Foundation Championship this season. his first campaign in the second tier of South African football, a 22-year-old who is on the up. And now a big opportunity for Matloko. There's Pili now. His little battle with Malachi becoming more interesting by the minute. Malachi perhaps leading on points if it was a boxing encounter. 30 minutes gone at Darnie Craven. The longer Kruger United can hold out here, the more hope for the team from the lower league. There's yet to be an upset defeat of a top flight club by a lower league side in this year's competition. There was one, well, there were two in fact in the last campaign. You'll remember Kaiser Chiefs losing on penalties to Milford. But so far so good for the top flight teams in the all Betway Premiership clashes. We've seen the departure from this competition of Cape Town City and of Lamontville Golden Arrows, and there will be another side going out tonight from the top flight, either Magesi or Supersport United, who go head to head. After this evening's encounters, just one more game in the first round with Vasco da Gama from the ABC Motsepe League here in the Western Cape going to Bombala to take on TS Galaxy. That's tomorrow evening live on your World of Champions. And that'll be preceded by the draw for the last 16, which will be held in the Supersport studios late afternoon tomorrow, live on your World of Champions. Of course, you can see where the winner of this game and all the others through to the next round will be playing. Pili now, teasing with the left foot, gets the shot on target. Dlamini makes the fairly comfortable save. Daba back to the goalkeeper, but Ture will take charge. Nyanya. Jurgens, turn from Kiba. Now into Jabbar. Good running from the right back, but Jabbar hasn't spotted him. He's going to go and lay it out for Pili. Gets past Malachi on that occasion, but is forced wide. Now Mdaka, Kiba. Pili, bit of space here for Mdaka if he turns. Well, the ball was hit far too strongly, but not a bad idea from the youngster. Mdaka again. There's always cover at the back when they're under pressure. Now, again, a little bit of a press from Kruger United, and again, Stellenbosch seem to have very little problem dealing with it. Palace. Kiba against Malope. Jurgens is in a bit of trouble here. He did well. Now Mdaka. Certainly a lot of chasing in there from Kruger United. Looking good physical condition. No way through for Pili again in this contest with Malachi. Ten minutes to half time here at Donny Craven Stadium in this Nedbank Cup tie. Still awaiting the first goal. Ball hangs up in the air. It's now very much in favour of Stellenbosch. Won by Ndlovu. Ndluli in for Matloko, the substitute. Excellent cover from him. Traba showing his skills and his speed. Now Ture. Up to Cupido. Header away from Nonyane. Taken away by Kiba. He's beginning to impose himself on the game here. His first match in midfield for Stellenbosch. In from Jabbar. Cupido's first touch, a little heavy. Jabbar again. Little Nigerian 1-2 over on that far side. Jabbar up against Nyati. Cross into the middle. Janino Palace looking to get his head onto it. It might have taken it away a little bit from Ashley Cupido. Swung in again. Cupido with a diving header. And you can see the frustration for Cupido there. Palace with the diving header, I should say. And then Cupido missing out. Malachi looking for Ndlovu up front. Nyati. George Maluleka looks to collect now. Good pass to Ndluli, or Maposa rather. Palace. Now Mtaba will need his pace. Does well. Out of touch, out of play though, into touch, and Malachi with a throw in. George Maluleka turns, he's got three players on top of him, gets the free kick here. Kruger United with a chance to push further forward. Gingerly back up onto his feet, the 36-year-old Maluleka. Sure, if it stays this way, Steve Barker is going to be tempted to bring on some of the big guns who are not in the starting lineup for today's game. Throw in against Mdaka, who was claiming it in that challenge with Malope. Malachi to take the throw in. Wind's still a factor here. Now, has he got a long throw? What is he going to do? Try and get it onto Ndlovu at the near post. Certainly a bit of a run up here from Malachi. It's a low one looking for Ndlovu. Clearance away from Jurgens. And out of play. There's Jabbar. Stolen by Ndlovu, looking to set Matloko away. He's got pace, but so has Ture. And the big Ivorian defender clears and keeps it in play. Inyanaya forward. Has a look at options. He's looking for Cupido. Interesting little ball in there, and Cupido needed a bit of a touch. Dlamini makes the save. 5 minutes now to the break. Jurgens, that's a great ball to Jabbar. He might well have turned onto that and headed for goal. Instead, back to Kiba. Jabbar and Kiba beginning to combine nicely now. Jabbar turns. And Yanaya back to Jabbar. Can he drag it back here? Ashley Cupido keeps that in play. Out to the fullback. He plays the early ball in. Blocked. And Maluleka looking to set Matloko away. Once again, the cover from the two centre-backs at the back for Stellenbosch has been outstanding. A bit of a rest tonight for Thabo Moloi-Sane. Brian Unyango's on the bench. Moloi-Sane having captained the team in Morocco and played against AmaZulu, gets a break with in tonight's encounter. Two youngsters on the bench for Stellenbosch yet to see top flight action. Chesman Philander and Mohammed Abrams might yet get a chance if things turn their way. But at the moment, Kruger United not rolling over here and allowing Stellenbosch to pick and choose players. Cupido looking to work his way through. It was a good block from Ndlela, who wins the free kick as well. Not too sure how much time the referee will add on at the end of the half. Mr. Mosimeng, will he feel that there's been a stoppage or two that necessitates some time added on, or can we go straight into the half-time break without additional time at the end of this first half? Kiba to Jabbar. Now puts on the afterburner. Up against Nonyani. A little bit of a stumble there from Jabbar. Cross is over Cupido and Pili. Malachi, Malope. Ndlela's clearance. Mdaka on top of Ndlovu, who does well to hold on there. There's potential, the big number 75 playing at centre forward. Pili needs pace here to keep us in play. It's a little slovenly starting off on their chase. Now a bit of pressure on Dlamini. His clearance is not a successful one. Keep up. Holding off the attentions of Nyati, but being forced back. Stevens kept a clean sheet in the last encounter, made one or two good saves against AmaZulu. Coming from an offside position, Ibrahim Jabbar, free kick in favour of Kruger United. As we move into the final minute of the half, we wait to hear how much time will be added on. There's going to be 2 minutes to be played once we've reached the 45-minute mark. Malachi. Now Dlamini to Nyati. We'll get confirmation with the fourth official. There's the ball going up. You can see very clearly 2 minutes to be added on. Kruger United, I think, will be absolutely delighted with the fact that they have held out here. In fact, they had one or two good chances, and then that excellent stop from Malachi to deny Peely, the goal-scoring opportunity for Stellenbosch in the first half. That would have lifted spirits as well, and they'll have the wind in their favour in the second half. Here's Mdluli. Malope with Inyati. George Maluleka. Maposa on the left-hand side, also well into his 30. Maluleka with the ball from Mdluli. Watched by Ture. Gaba's in a bit of trouble. Lofted into the danger zone. That's excellent work from Ture, helped forward by Palace. Only Cupido up front now for the home team. Peely easily beaten. Malachi inside here. Malope. Well, they're finishing the half strong, are the visitors from Bushbuck Ridge in Mpumalanga province. And it's going to be a free kick here with the foul by Mdaka on Ndlovu. And it looks as if we will still have time to take it. Final set piece opportunity of the half surely will allow a chance here. The veteran fullback Maposa comes to take it, drills it towards goal, and that should have been in the back of the net. What a wonderful opportunity there for Kruger United. Ndlovu up front, coming within inches of putting the ball in the back of the net. That is the end of the first half, but Kruger United end it strongly, having survived here in the first 45 minutes, making a very good stop to deny Peely at the other end just with the last action of the half. And Ndlovu climbs up above the defence, gets a good strong header in, but puts it over the crossbar. So close to a shock lead at half-time for Kruger United, but they can hold their heads up. They've put up an excellent showing here in the first 45 minutes at the Dani Craven Stadium. So plenty of action to come in the second half. Stellenbosch with much to do here with the halftime score in this Nedbank Cup first round tie. Stellenbosch 0, Kruger United 0. So we welcome you back to Dani Craven Stadium. So welcome back to Dani Craven Stadium. Stellenbosch and Kruger United here in the Nedbank Cup. It is goalless after the first 45 minutes. It looks as if Stellenbosch are making one change with Fawaz Basadin coming on, and there's going to be a double change on the other side from the visitors, Kruger United. They are going to be bringing on Sitole and the Nigerian Sizwe Sitole, by the way, former TS Sporting midfielder, and the Nigerian Ononogbu, who played previously in the top flight with Black Leopards back in the 2020-21 season. Basadin, it would seem, is going to be joined by Devon Titus. So a couple of the heavy hitters being added to the fray here, as Stellenbosch now sense they're in a little bit of danger against this Kruger United side. And as a result, they want to try and see if they can finish it off in the next 45 minutes with some of the big guns to hand. Devon Titus, of course, a double scorer in the game against Amazulu on Thursday. So here is Sitole to come on, and Ononumbu will be wearing rather imposing number 90 on his shirt, former TTM and JDR Stars player as well in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, and Baroka 2 seasons ago after they were relegated. So Basadin is on for Mdaka and Titus comes on for Cupido up front. Mdaka a little disappointing in that left fullback position, gave a lot of possession away in the half. And Cupido somewhat ineffective in his 45 minutes. The changes for the visiting side. Well, Onongbu comes on in place of the former Kaizer Chiefs player Malope, and Sitoli replaces rather ineffectual George Manuleka in the midfield. So a belated start here to the second half, and an early touch for Stevens, who will be under immediate pressure here. Into touch from the keeper. Nothing like a good press on the goalkeeper to turn possession over. It was Ndlovu who ended the first half with that wonderful header that went just over the top, and then picking up at the start of the second in similar fashion. Now Jabbar losing out to Sitole. Free kick, it'll be in favour of Stellenbosch. Playing into the wind now, so when these kicks come from Sage Stevens or any of the other defensive unit players, it might just hang a little bit up in the air. Let's see how much ground Stevens gets. You can see high into the night sky. Pretty good kick. Headed away by Nonyane, and throw in favour of Kruger, Stellenbosch. Nonyane again. Toure. Be interesting for Kiba, his first game in these sort of conditions. Of course, the local players used to dealing with the wind, but for Tato Kiba, signed from TS Galaxy, something of a new experience, I would think. Pili with a good turn here against Malachi, and he'll get the free kick. So with that early injury in the first half to Zimu, we've seen 3 changes now in the Kruger United lineup, and those 2 at half-time for Stellenbosch mean they too have reached to the bench and looked to freshen things up at the start of the second half. Basadin will take this towards the back post. Janino Palace looking to keep it in play. Pili in search of Titus, who did well to make the block, and now provides a little bit of a decoy there. There was no one in the middle though for that cross. Nyati's been impressive in the midfield for Kruger United. There he is again, wearing 42, Nonyane. Played for TTM when they won the Nedbank Cup. Beat Chipper United in the final in Bloemfontein. Then the club's name was changed to Marumo Gallants. Got to the final the next year as well, on the losing side on that occasion. Good work from Ndlovu. Maposa, Ndluli, and the clearance away from Pili. That's well done by Pili. Now chance for Titus to get involved. Finds Kiba. Kiba will be running things in the middle of the park for the home side. It's a position that was vacated, of course, by Jaden Adams, who's gone home to join Mamelodi Sundowns. This is the final night, of course, in the transfer window. Players not signed by midnight tonight will not be able to join new clubs. Now, here comes Jabbar to Pili. He goes for the shot. That's not a bad effort. He needs to make up for that earlier opportunity that he squandered or allowed the defender Malachi to make an excellent tackle. Here has a look up. You can see a little single-minded there, Pili. Always had it in mind to go for goal. There's Kiba. He's the only new signing that Stellenbosch have made in this January transfer window. And Adams, of course, the only departure from their staff, so pretty stable. They did their business in the main in the off-season. Their coffers will certainly be full after the transfer of Jaden Adams to Mamelodi Sundowns. Glera through the middle here. Ndluli out wide. Oh, Stevens reacts quickly. There is good use of the conditions. Just tips it over the top. Well, I think Kruger United realize they've got a bit of an advantage here. It was dramatically rescued by Sage Stevens. Made his Bafana debut in November. First corner of the night for the visitors. Curled into the near post. Kyle Jurgens heads that away. They'll get another one. Well, Nogbu is the player taking them. Jurgens covering this near post. Early stages here of the second half. I'll just have a look at this corner first and then maybe another look at Sage Stevens' work. There, curls in nicely to him and he collects comfortably at the near post. Not a bad corner though. This was the effort from some distance out and then got a bit of a head and then a big bounce with the wind, of course. Stevens really had to be alert and tipping that over the top. You see here how the pace of the ball as it suddenly goes in towards goal, and Sage Stevens on hand to keep Stellenbosch's goal intact. Basadine, Pili. Basadine wants the return ball. Cover defense here from Ndlela. Falls perfectly for Basadine. Titus waits in the middle. Here's the cross. This will fall for Pili. He goes for the curler and puts it wide. Well, he's had so many opportunities, Pili, in this game, but still to rattle the back of the net. Well, that effort from Stevens to find a teammate. All in vain with the wind, of course. Gaba, Palace, Titus now turns. Needed a good challenge. Nonyani's experience coming to the fore there. Just overhit in search of Ndlovu, but now Stevens in a bit of trouble here. Claim that he touched the ball from Ndlovu, but referee says play on. Malachi to Mdluli. Here's the cross. Looking at the back post, they've got the goal! The substitutes, Onyongbo, the Nigerian, puts the ball in the back of the net, and it is Kruger United who lead here against Stellenbosch. The wind again played its part, but that was a powerful header. Gave Sage Stevens absolutely no chance. Onyedikachi Onongbu with what is his third goal of the season. Couple in the league that he scored in September, and now a first in this Nedbank Cup. That's a good strong header, and above one of the best defenders in the league. So Kruger United, early second half, have the lead here. Are we on for the first big shock of the first round of the Nedbank Cup? Plenty of work now for Stellenbosch. We can tell you SuperSport United have doubled their lead with Christian Siley, who's just joined them from Kaiser Chiefs, getting on the score sheet early second half. It's Magesi 0, SuperSport United 2 at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. Here comes the long throw into the wind. Little flick on there from Ture. There's going to be an air of desperation, I think, around Stellenbosch now. They've got plenty of time to get going, but they know they're up against things here. Devon Titus, back post. Malachi, Pili, doesn't go for the header, Pili. Kiba to Basadin. Amazulu 3, Mighty Eagles 0, the other Nedbank Cup score. Here's Basadin now. Can he drag it back? Shot was directly at goal. Saved by Dlamini. The follow-up from Jurgens goes over the top and into the night sky. Well, there's a little bit of a turn-up for the books here, that's for sure. Competing on 3 different fronts at the moment, Stellenbosch in the Betway Premiership. Trying to finish as high as they possibly can. Of course, looking to progress in the African Confederation Cup. They're into the quarterfinals, waiting for the draw to find out who they take on in late March, early April. And then this Nedbank Cup was also on their radar. They need to get themselves back in this game now with Kruger United in the lead. Basadin for Pili. Malachi keeping a close eye on him. Pili gets round him. Now, can he find someone in the middle? He has a little chip over the head of Jabbar. Does find Titus though. Titus looking to cross. Good block there from Maposo. Stood his ground. Quick throw in. Inyunaya and Jurgens. Looking for the Nigerian centre-back. What's the call here? Goal kick. Nigerian right-back, I should say. Pushing forward a lot now in this second half. Kiba. Over the top in search of Jabbar. Chimani Butsaka, Andre de Jong look as if they're standing by to come on here in the closing stages. Here is Basadin, cross into the middle. Oh, what a chance for Janino Palace. From close range, puts that over the top. Well, they're knocking on the door now. Stellenbosch certainly have set up some chances since conceding the goal. That really should have been in the back of the net from Palace. Kruger United looking to make yet another change, maybe now beginning to think about closing things up. Standing by to come on for them is Maloisane, who played previously with Chipper United and Bloemfontein Celtic, 5 seasons in the top flight. And he's got 2 goals already this season. Ramasimong Maloisane. He's come on for Mdluli. In the meantime, the wind now really putting pressure on Stellenbosch. Inyanaia does well. Finds Kiba. Must feel at times that they're running into a windpipe here. It's Palace who's pushed forward a little bit in this second half since Cupido's come off. Nice first touch from Ndlovu. Maloisane out wide. Malachi. Nyati. Jabbar. That's going to go against Stellenbosch. Frustration will begin to pick up. Those 3 changes now about to be made by Steve Barker, so he's going to throw everything forward now, including a first opportunity for Philander in a Stellenbosch shirt. Cheswin Philander will be coming on up front for Stellenbosch. Another local product, Andre de Jong and Chumani Butsaka, who was man of the match against Amazulu on Thursday night. Kiba's done really well here. Taba.
Triple sub.
Steve Barker about to throw all his cards onto the table. Will it work? Will they be able to get themselves back in the game?
Triple sub.
Oh, here it comes, the triple substitution. De Jong on for Jabbar. Janino Palace is off to allow Butsaka to come on. And then the final change will be Philander. And he'll be taking Kyle Jurgens' place. Now Philander goes straight into attack. First run out in the first team for Cheswin Philander. Let's see what he's made of at this level of South African football. Of course, they've done so well at DDC level, the DSTV Diski Challenge. Stellenbosch over the last few years have had great success in that competition. Now Titus. Butsaka. Stripped of possession. Maloisane. Ndlovu. That's perhaps a little optimistic from that range. The first time, by the way, Philander's even been in the first team squad, and he gets almost an immediate run out. Titus. Back to Inyanyana. Looking again for Titus. Kiba into Titus. Kaba does well. De Jong. That's Butsaka rather. Out wide to Basadin. Butsaka. Space for Kiba. Here's Titus. Pushing it around nicely now. Ominously are Stellenbosch. Peely goes down. No kick. No free kick, says the referee. Well, he's had so many opportunities. Box entries, Peely. It's that final touch which still needs some polishing. And you can see the raw talent is there. Well, very quickly, the clock has wound down, some 10 minutes since Kruger United took the lead, and now just 25 to go. Dlamini under a bit of pressure. Gets himself out. Maposa. Sitoli out wide here on this left-hand side. Maposa, the goal scorer, with Sitoli. Happy to keep possession are Kruger United. Nonyane all the way back to Dlamini. He's got to be careful with De Jong bearing down. Titus in there as well. There's the error. Now Philander finds Titus. Butsaka back to Titus again. Curling ball too close to goalkeeper Dlamini. Cut out by Mkaba. De Jong. They'll have plenty of possession now, you would think, Stellenbosch, but are they going to be able to find an equaliser? And Unaya, lovely ball here for Kiba. Has a look up, drags it back, looking for Philander. Titus in there, Butsaka! Effort's gone over the top. Well, they're getting their chances. They are not taking them, Stellenbosch. Been a good effort from Kiba. There was quite a lot of raised eyebrows when Steve Barker started him at right back in the last game. Here's the nominal right back. Enyunaya still trying to force his way through. De Jong is in there. This might fall for Titus. Butsaka on the overlap. Oh, what a save from Dlamini. That was goal bound from Devon Titus. Excellent save. De Jong. Peely. Clearance away from Inyati. Doesn't go too far. De Jong. And then Maloisani just gives it back to Stellenbosch, who are really getting the little passes together now. Peely out wide against Malachi, who's had his number so far in this game. Oh, that's fortuitous, but it works out in favour of Stellenbosch. Can they get it square? Goal kick it'll be. So what an excellent stop that was from Zama Dlamini. Played last season as a backup goalkeeper at Cape Town Spurs. Watch here, Titus has a look, and then just with a curler, Dlamini would have seen that coming in late. Got down and just pushed it wide of goal. Excellent stop from the goalkeeper. You wonder if that might see the outcome of this game head Kruger United's way. It would be a massive scalp. Stellenbosch would be many people's one of many people's favourites for success in this competition, given how well they've done in cup competition of late. Butsaka out wide. There's a real sense of urgency now. Peely, still Peely into the danger zone. Can he get it square? Philander taken off his head by Nonyane. Here's Titus for Philander. There's the equaliser. And Peely scores. Makes up for the earlier error. The pressure pays off. And Stellenbosch are back level. Well, it was a good response in the end, one must say, from Stellenbosch. They put Kruger United under incredible pressure. And after the goal, really set themselves the task of getting back into this game. That is a thunderous shot from Peely. No chance. Titus laying it in for Peely. You can see the quality of Devon Titus since he's come onto the pitch, how things have turned in favour of the home side. Butsaka, that'll be a throw in for Stellenbosch. Everything's working out for them now. De Jong for Philander, and the debutant is offside. Former Ocean View player from the Hart Bay area. Now long ball here, using the wind. Oh, lovely skill from Ononogbu, but in the end, the strength of Enenaya ensures that it is Kruger ball, or Stellenbosch ball on that occasion, and they've knocked it into touch, so now Kruger United will have the throw-in, which will be taken by Maposa. Maposa played for Bombela United 10 years ago now in this competition in the preliminary round. They beat Stellenbosch. In those days, Steve Barker was yet to join the club. Both teams were down in the, what was the NFD in those days. Gaba hangs up there for Philander. Clearance away from Nonyani. This will go through to Sage Stevens. So, round about 20 minutes to go. Can Stellenbosch get a second now and set themselves on their way? Philander giving chase. Nonyani's the defender. Back to the goalkeeper. They've done that neatly, despite the pressure. Straight down the middle, though. And with high turnover of possession at the moment now from Kruger United. They really did wilt under the 10 or 15 minute onslaught from Stellenbosch. Can Ture do something here? Still in play. Titus. Not sure he meant that. And a little bit soft to the near post from Devon Titus. Now Malloy Sane looks at his options. Support down that right-hand side. Malachi. That's a little too strong for Ndlovu. They're getting a bit tired now, the players from Kruger United, with some of the decision-making letting them down. Really been under pressure. As the score stands now, we could be headed for extra time here at Darnie Craven. And of course penalties if necessary. We haven't had a tie yet in the first round of the Nedbank Cup that's necessitated penalty kicks or even extra time. All been neatly done inside 90 minutes. We'll be soon approaching the final 15 minutes of this Nedbank Cup tie. I'm sure with the league game against Sekhukhune here on Saturday to come, Stellenbosch will want to wrap this up inside the 90, not have an extra half an hour's football in their legs when they play what'll be a vital league game on the weekend, an opportunity to climb the table. Kruger United have a game against top of the table Durban City, scheduled for Friday night. And a couple of home games against Kazakh Stars and Hungry Lions, an opportunity to climb the Motsepe Foundation Championship log table. Mkaba. De Jong, Basadin, too strong. Gone from Pili, by the way, his first contribution in Stellenbosch colours. And here's Devon Titus, and that is number 2. So they've come from behind, and Titus, brought on at half-time to do the business, does exactly that. Yet another goal to his name. Stellenbosch from a goal behind have the lead here. And a real demonstration of class from the home side. Devon Titus, 4 league goals this season. 1 in the Carling knockout, and now 1 in the Nedbank Cup. But he's also scored twice in the African Confederation Cup, so a total of 8 for the season for Devon Titus in all competition, and sliding in here, giving Dlamini absolutely no chance. That's what the doctor ordered for Stellenbosch. He is a happy chappy, is Devon Titus. Back on home soil. And here at the Dani Craven Stadium, they've turned things around after being a goal down. Now find themselves 2-1 up. Mighty Eagles, by the way, have pulled 1 goal back in their game against Amazulu in Umlazi. Amazulu 3, Mighty Eagles 1. It remains with 10 minutes to go. Magesi 0, Supersport United 2. So the Carling knockout holders look as if they're going out in the first round of the Nedbank Cup. No added silverware this season for struggling Magesi. Butsaka stuck in there. Kruger playing it forward. And Lela with the error. Now Pili, De Jong on the chase. Pili, still Pili. Strikes for goal, takes a deflection. And it's going to be a corner as Stellenbosch look to add to the 2 that they've already got. We've got some 13 minutes to go here. Well, you can hear the home fans singing here. The return to Dani Craven Stadium for Stellenbosch at the moment looks a successful one, despite the scare. Basadin turns it in. Titus up in the air. Header in from De Jong. Real scramble in that Kruger United goal. Basadin for Butsaka. That's a little too strong. Basadin had come over onto the right. Final change for the visitors. And Glovo goes off. And there will be a little cameo appearance here for Mpame. Tabiso Mpame played for Cape Town Spurs in the past, and Kazakh Stars has played in the 2nd division in Turkey as well. 28-year-old who comes on in the midfield. Kruger United, of course, a fairly new club. They bought the franchise of Carolina FC in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, and then had success in their very first season to win promotion. A little bit of an injury to Dlamini allows for for some water, a final opportunity for the coach to get his message across. Now, have they got something in hand to get themselves back into this game? Maybe take it into extra time and force the penalties. Dlamini receiving treatment, standing by to get matters back underway is referee Mosemeng. He looks to be struggling there with his hamstring, Dlamini. They have a couple of other keepers on their books. Ndlela was the first choice in the league match in the last game, not travelling for this encounter. Mamabolo is the backup, but Dlamini looks to be okay and ready to resume the battle here. 10 minutes to go. Don't forget, tomorrow night on live on SuperSport, late afternoon, we will have the draw for the last 16. It looks as if we're going to have 3 more clubs from the Betway Premiership joining the 5 who already booked their places, so there'll be a healthy representation from the top flight. There'll be 3 sides at least from the Motsepe Foundation Championship, the second tier. Now the shot. And the confident save by Sage Stevens. And we have Durban City, Cape Town Spurs progressing, as well as Baroka from the second tier. Got Feni Home Defenders from Toyando. They're from the third tier, the ABC Motsepe League. They've booked their place as well. And there's a last chance tomorrow night for a lower league side to advance. Vasco da Gama, who play here in the Western Cape in the ABC Motsepe League, are away at TS Galaxy at Bombela. 7 p.m. kickoff live on your World of Champions. Is there anything left in the tank here for Kruger United? Some 7.5 minutes to go. Well, you can see the wind still giving some assistance. Palmer plays it high up into the air, and that works out favorably for Sage Stevens. It curled with the wind into his arms, and he collects that fairly comfortably. Now Toure, cut out by Nonyane. Maposa to play this square. Ball still in play. Palmer taken away by Titus. Keeper makes a good challenge. Now De Jong, Philander ahead of him. Titus on the right-hand side here. Not really stretching himself, Devon Titus. With this lead now, they can conserve energy and look to Saturday's league game against Sekhukhune United. Ishmael Toure comes away with it. Chumani Butsaka has been influential since coming on. Titus on the right-hand side. Philander waits in the middle. Here's the ball back for Butsaka. bobbles around there. Dlamini a little unconvincing with the save, but keeps it out nevertheless. Looking for a third, an insurance goal to ensure progress into the last 16 for Stellenbosch. Last season as well, a little bit of a let-off in the first round when they needed penalties to overcome Pretoria Callies. Here they've been forced to come from behind. 5.5 minutes to go. Malachi, he's had an excellent game today for Kruger United, still pushing strong. Devon Titus. Inside to De Jong. Butsaka blocked. Only needed for one half Devon Titus, but how influential yet again, as we saw on Thursday with that wonderful performance he put in against Amazulu. 5-0 winners away on the road, a very impressive scoreline. Here's De Jong. Still De Jong. Philander at the back post. That's a good save from Dlamini. They're looking to set the debutant up for a goal on his debut. No way through there as Mkaba provides excellent defense. Kiba. Up to Pili. De Jong with a lovely pass. Now Pili. Well, it was a good one on the outside of the boot, but just got away from Andre De Jong. You can still see how influential the wind is, that ball rolling very quickly towards Sage Stevens. Possession now will be the key for Stellenbosch, or the modus operandi, looking to hold on to the ball as long as they can, keep it away from Kruger United, and cruise towards the next round of the Nedbank Cup, and look forward to tomorrow's draw to see who they'll have. Here's Butsaka. The third goal, of course, would just make 100% sure of their progress. Chumani Butsaka with the left foot, tries the curler. They'll settle for a corner. That was always his intention, was just slowly driving towards goal. You can see Kruger United, the defenders, goalkeeper Dlamini, trying to urge the players on. This was that earlier opportunity with De Jong and Pili, and it just got away from De Jong. Back live now with this corner opportunity. Less than 2 minutes plus stoppage time remains here at the Dani Craven Stadium. It looks as if it's going to be a successful return to their home ground for Stellenbosch. Header from Ture. He missed a good opportunity there. That should be Kruger United ball. No, it's been given to Stellenbosch. I thought it came off Ture. Now Philander, Titus, Butsaka, Basedin. Titus knocked over, but Inyanya continues, finds Philander. Back here to Kiba. Wants the return ball. There are four of them queuing up there. Header away for Inyanya. Now Philander back to goal. Butsaka. De Jong with a chance. He curls it back in towards goal. Play continues and Devon Titus finally back up on his feet. Now suddenly Kruger United with a chance. Mpame straight at Sage Stevens with a minute to go. What a chance that was. Well, Titus is having a go at the referee, but to be fair, the referee played excellent advantage there for that challenge on Devon Titus. 5 minutes added on at the end of the 90. Maybe still a chance for Kruger United. Here is De Jong. Here's Pili. Ball inside to Basadin. Kiba. Devon Titus will look to turn Sitoli. Didn't work out on that occasion. Palme plays the long ball. Well, that's well read by Daba, and he gets the free kick as well. Got a bit of a kick in the process there. And a good game at the back for Atenkozim Traba. Can't make any more changes now, Stellenbosch, so he'll have to soldier through here in these final stages. Devon Titus is going off as well on the stretcher after that earlier tackle. That's not a good sign for Stellenbosch. So down to 10 with another one hobbling. There's real concern here about Devon Titus from Coach Steve Barker as well. I think Titus is going to get back onto the pitch. After all of that, Stellenbosch back to their full complement. You can see Titus here at the bottom of your picture. Header away from Ture. Butsaka. Here's Titus now. Puts on the afterburner. Inside to Chumani Butsaka. Philander will leave it. Look at Titus bearing down. Here's the cross. It hangs up towards the back post. Labini drops it, and then he recovers. We've had now 3 minutes of the 5 added on, so there are 120 seconds left for Kruger United to try and force this game into extra time. Otherwise, it is going to be Stellenbosch booking their place in the next round. Stevens collects a little bit of a heart flutter for the Stellenbosch supporters here in these closing stages. Now we can tell you AmaZulu have won 5-1 against Mighty Eagles, and SuperSport United have beaten Magesi. So 2 results in already of the 3 Nedbank Cup first round games, and here we are just seconds away from concluding this encounter. 2-1 up. Stellenbosch with Ture defending at the back. Long ball from Maposa. Difficult one here for Stevens, who came off his line and then didn't come for the ball. Mapame into the middle. Stolen away by Kiba and then cleared by Sage Stevens. Could that be the final kick of the game? We look at referee Mosemang. This surely now is the final opportunity for Kruger United.
Hey, it's time.
There it is. Stellenbosch have come from behind to win this Nedbank Cup game. Book their place in the last 16. A gallant performance tonight from their Motsepe Foundation opponents, Kruger United, who took the lead. We're certainly looking good for a major upset here at the Dani Craven Stadium, but in the end, the pressure, the prowess, and the power really of Stellenbosch saw them through, booking their place in the next round of this competition. Devon Titus had a huge role after coming on at half-time. One of the changes that Steve Barker felt were necessary to turn things around. And at the end of the day, Stellenbosch continue. A second successive win for them now. 7 goals in their last 2 matches. But credit too to Kruger United for an excellent game. They made Stellenbosch sweat for their success tonight. So into the draw for tomorrow's encounter go the Stellies from the Winelands, and they will be looking next to see who they draw in the second round of the Nedbank Cup to be played in the middle of next month. So it was Kruger United who took the lead, but Pili and Titus with 2 goals in the space of 6 minutes. Stellenbosch coming back. They are into the second round. 2-1 winners tonight at the Dani Craven Stadium.